The Marvel Cinematic Universe is an extremely popular collection of superhero films that are all connected through the characters of each film and loved by audiences as well as critics.
And with the new installment of the series, Thor Ragnarok, the third film in the Thor story arc, we are here to dive into detail about what we thought made the film one of the best in the 17-film franchise.
Stay tuned to hear our response to one of the funniest and most vibrant Marvel films so far here on
Popcorn Shovelers!
So much has happened since I last saw you. I lost my hammer, like yesterday, so that's still pretty fresh. And then I went on a journey of self-discovery, where I met you.
Imprisoned on a foreign planet, Thor, the protector of Asgard, finds himself in a deadly gladiator contest that pits him against Hulk, his former ally and fellow Avenger. Thor's quest for survival leads him in a race against time to prevent his extremely powerful and ruthless villain, Hela, from destroying his home.
With a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, Thor Ragnarok is easily one of the highest rated films of all the Marvel movies. And it also did just as well with all the regular audiences.
So what did you think about Thor Ragnarok?
I honestly really loved it. I think it's easily one of my favorite Marvel films, at least so far. I'm very excited for some of the upcoming films, but this one, it kind of took me by surprise with how good it was.
Yeah,
how about you?
I really liked it. Some people are saying it's the best. It's been one of the best rated. I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither.
Also, they're saying it's funniest. I personally thought either Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2 are one of the funniest films in the Marvel universe.
Of course.
But yeah, it's a really good film. The director, Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi.
Yes.
I saw his previous work, such as What We Do in the Shadows, and it
Yes.
really comes over in characters.
Oh, yeah. And, like, I really like, because I heard that he used a lot of improv. Like,
Definitely.
He used the actors and he made them sort of go off script as much as they wanted to, and it made it a lot more realistic and funny in terms of dialogue. And then the action was just uncomparable to most of the Marvel films we've seen recently.
So this film also adds a lot of new characters to the Thor movie mythos. We have Valkyrie, Hela, Jeff Goldblum's Grandmaster.
Oh, yeah.
It adds the whole Sakaar, and we definitely get one of the best characters in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, Korg. So what did you think about some of the portrayals of the characters?
Honestly, the director himself was the one that was Korg. He played Korg, and I found that very interesting because he's a very great director and a very great actor, and the very few things I've seen him in. So him playing Korg was just amazing.
He did a great comedic job.
Of course.
He said one of the best comedic films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really do feel this film had some shortcomings, though. This film, at times, felt like it was two other different films. You had the Hela subplot, which became the main plot at the end, and then you had Sakaar. You have these two films that converge into one, for better or worse at sometimes.
I agree. I didn't really like how they blended it together too much. Like the lead-in from one side of the story to another kind of threw me off. But honestly, like the way that they added characters in, it also was a little bit off-putting.
Yeah.
Because like with Valkyrie, I really liked her character.
She was a great character.
Yeah, she was a very, very great character. It's just her past seemed a little bit too, I don't know, cliche. Like she's been there, done that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a very basic like, oh, I used to be part of this big organization and now I had a big fallout. But the actress really delves into this and gives the character.
Yes.
So how do you think this compares to the other two Thor films?
What other two? Oh, all right, yeah.
Like Thor 1 and Thor the Dark Thor. I mean Dark World.
Thor the Dark World. Honestly, the first one was good, but it wasn't.
I wouldn't say that. I would say okay. The second one,
like decent, is the first one, and the second one was just
whenever
a
people
letdown.
say there's a second Thor, it's like There's a fourth Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first good Thor film.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say the director's name again?
Taika Waititi, I believe.
He's a great comedic director, great improv.
Yes.
I do feel he falters a little in the action department. You have these great set pieces. You have these great stakes. Hela, she's one-dimensional as a character, and her power is very boring. She just throws swords. That's it. Like, I throw swords. And I just feel like with the source material, he definitely could have gone bigger in the action, and they could have gotten a better fight choreographer for some of the scenes. Mm-hmm. It's a little CGI heavy, especially in the beginning and the end and the middle. But yeah, at the end of the film, Thor is a changed character.
Oh, yeah.
He's no longer just the guy with the hammer. He's no longer this guy spouting Shakespeare. He's really changed and grown as a character, and I feel Taika Waititi done something that the other two Thor directors were unable to do.
Yeah, I also agree with that because all the other movies, like, the hammer was, like, his thing. Like, he couldn't do anything without the hammer, and whenever he didn't have the hammer, it's just, like, he just sort of sat on the sidelines and did what he could. But now that he realizes what he can do without that little, like, in my eyes, limitation, he's the god of thunder. So he's, of course, going to use thunder and his superhuman strengths.
Yeah,
and
he's much more than just the hammer, and this film really goes into this. Waititi does something that the Avengers movies were unable to do, both Thor movies were unable to do. He humanizes a god.
Yes.
And that's something that I feel, not even in the DCEU, someone like Superman, he's a very hard character to pull off in general, but in the DCEU, they're really hard, strained pressed at trying to humanize them, and Waititi just did it right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree with that. But, like, what I really liked was that he still had, like, immense amounts of power, but, like, whenever something that could even, like, overpower him, he sort of wasn't sure what to do. So he sort of had to find in himself.
He's not all powerful.
Yes.
Still a god in the Marvel MCU sense of aliens.
Yes.
Whatever they did with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's very humanized and changed as a character.
Oh yeah, I agree. All right, so what would you give Thor in terms of our rating on our popcorn scale?
So those who are unaware, our popcorn rating scale starts at a junior, which is 1 point, a small, which is 2 point, a medium, which is 3 point, and a large popcorn, which is 4 points. You can also add, if the movie's really good, butter to it, which adds a total of 0.5. So on our popcorn rating scale, I'd honestly give it a 4. It's a really good movie. It just would come out to around an 80 or an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the film. It does have some shortcomings, but definitely, if you guys want to go see it with some friends this weekend, I wouldn't miss the chance. So what would you rate it?
You read my mind because I was also going to rate it a 4 because while everything was so good, that did have very minor setbacks, which were very easily overlooked by me, honestly. But like, it's a movie that I would easily pay money to see again because it was just. I really like the new take on a superhero that we know and most of us love very much. So I would easily give it a 4.
This concludes our episode of Popcorn Shovelers. Tune in next time when we review Justice League.